What I want to do this evening with you is a little different. A story, this actually happened in 1994, and I'd like you to hear this true story. Two Americans answered an invitation from the Russian Department of Education to come and teach morals and ethics with a biblical perspective. And they were to do this in a very large orphanage. There were about 100 boys and girls there who had been abused by their families and then abandoned, left in the care of this government orphanage. Now they got there 1994, towards the end of the year. They gathered the children together and the staff in this room and began to tell them a story that they had never heard before. This was the former Soviet Union, where in a government institution, things like this were not said. There once upon a time, in a faraway land, was a man named Joseph and a lady named Mary. And she was expecting a baby because of the Holy Spirit. They told the Christmas story. How Joseph and Mary left Nazareth and went down to Bethlehem, and how the baby was there, born in a stable, placed in a manger. The kids had never heard the story before, and they were awestruck. The staff was awestruck, amazed, because many of them had had that story not part of their life. As part of their time with the families, or the children really, and the staff, these two asked the children, take some cardboard, take some paper, take some common stuff, and each of you make a manger scene. So the kids went off in their own little places and started it. And I want to read now, this is a first-hand account of the people who were there. I went around looking at all the children's manger scenes, and all went well until I got to one table where little MISHA sat. He looked to be about 6 years old. He had finished his project, but as I looked at the boy's manger, I was startled to see not one, but two babies in the manger. Quickly, I called for a translator to ask the lad why there were two babies in the manger. Crossing his arms in front of him and looking at this completed manger scene, the child began to repeat his story very seriously. For such a young boy who had only heard the Christmas story once, he related the happenings accurately until he came to the part where Mary put the baby Jesus in the manger. Then MISHA began to ad-lib. He made up his own ending to the story. He said, when Maria laid the baby in the manger, Jesus looked at me and asked me if I had a place to stay. I told him, I have no mama. I have no papa. I don't have any place to stay. Then Jesus told me I could stay with him. But I told him I couldn't because I didn't have a gift to give him like everyone else did. But I wanted to stay with Jesus so much, so I thought about what I had that maybe I could use as a gift. I thought maybe if I kept him warm, that would be a good gift. So I asked Jesus, if I keep you warm, will that be good enough of a gift? And he said, if you keep me warm. That will be the best gift anyone ever gave me. So I got into the manger, and Jesus looked at me and told me I could stay with him for always. Little MISHA finished his story, his eyes filled with tears that splashed down his cheeks. Putting his hand over his face, his head dropped on the table and his shoulders shook as he sobbed and sobbed. The little orphan had found someone who would never abandon or leave or abuse him. Someone who would stay with him for always. Most sermons have a punchline. Tonight, instead of an exclamation point at the end of MISHA's true story, I would put behind the last word, ... and ask, how do you finish the story for yourself? How do you finish the story? And can you look at the manger and see room for two? Jesus and you. To hear his invitation. Don't have a religion, have me. And let me promise to be someone who is for you for always. To look at the manger and see room for more. And to hear his invitation, keep me warm. Bring your heart. Stay with me. I will stay with you. So Christmas is not the 25th of December. It's life and good and forever.